It was 2:47 a.m. and Marcus Thompson sat quietly at the gas station counter. When he saw a gun barrel pointed at his head for the first time in 15 years, he remembered that the person the townspeople called the quiet, weird guy had actually fought in the world's most dangerous regions with the 200-person Special Operations Team. The quiet, small-town night was only broken by the distant hum of vehicles from the highway. Marcus was sipping tea from his mug while reading the daily newspaper. In Pine Ridge, everyone knew him. That strange, quiet gas station attendant who didn't talk much. No one knew who he really was. The door chime woke Marcus from his thoughts. It wasn't unusual for customers to come at this hour approaching 3 a.m., especially long-haul truck drivers. But the person who entered was different. Hooded sweatshirt, gloves hiding his hands, and determined steps toward the counter. "Hello, how can I help you?" Marcus asked in a calm voice, not taking his eyes off the visitor. Instead of answering, the man reached his right hand inside his jacket. Marcus's experienced eyes immediately noticed the movement, body language, tension, the weight of the concealed object. The alarm in the former SWAT commander's mind began to ring. "Take out the money slowly," the man finally spoke, pointing the gun at Marcus. "If you act smart, nobody gets hurt." Marcus's heart began to beat rapidly, but not from fear, from a familiar energy. The adrenaline he had felt on the streets of Los Angeles 15 years ago was flowing through his veins again. "Sure, no problem at all." Marcus slowly stood up. "The safe is here. It'll take some time, but I'll open it." The robber relaxed, thinking it would be an easy job. Marcus's age, calm demeanor, and lack of resistance gave him confidence. But completely different calculations were being made in Marcus's mind. Distance, 2.5 meters. Weapon type, .38 caliber pistol. Inexperienced grip. The robber had left his left hand free, feet parallel. Amateur. Marcus could close that distance in 0.3 seconds, neutralize the weapon in 1.2 seconds. But there was no need to rush. "I need to use the master key to open the safe." Marcus bent toward the back of the counter. "Please be patient." In reality, Marcus was buying time. The more relaxed the robber became, the easier the intervention would be. Also, not having much cash in the safe at 3 a.m. was an advantage. Confronting the criminal with less money than expected could make him even more careless. "Hurry up! I don't have time!" The robber began to get nervous. "Almost done." Marcus maintained his calm voice. He could hear his old training commander, Captain Rodriguez's voice inside. "Thompson, don't let adrenaline control you. You take control." Marcus pulled out $300 in bills from the safe. "This is all there is. There's not much money during night shifts." The robber approached, reaching out to take the money. At that exact moment, Marcus made his move. The technique he had used years ago in Los Angeles to neutralize a bank robber was still in his muscle memory. With his left hand, he pushed the gun to the side while grabbing the robber's wrist with his right hand. At the same time, he turned his body to throw the man off balance. The movement was so fast that the robber couldn't understand what happened. The gun fell to the floor. Marcus's arm was around his neck. His breath was cut off. Control had completely shifted to Marcus within 3 seconds. "If you can't breathe, nod your head," Marcus said in a calm but firm tone. "If you cooperate, you won't get hurt." The robber nodded frantically in panic. Marcus loosened his arm but didn't give up control. "Now, you're going to lie down slowly on the ground. Put your hands behind your head. Do you understand?" The man nodded. After Marcus made him lie down, he pulled out his cell phone. 911, I'm calling from Pine Ridge gas station. There was an attempted armed robbery. Suspect has been neutralized. No injuries. As he hung up the phone, the robber looked in disbelief. Who are you, man?" Marcus smiled and pulled out plastic zip ties from the corner of the gas station. It was a habit from his old profession, always being prepared. "I'm Marcus Thompson, the guy who works the night shift at this gas station," he said while tying the robber's hands. "Who else would I be?" The sound of sirens began approaching from a distance. Marcus returned to the counter and continued drinking his tea. Adrenaline was still flowing through his veins, but from the outside, it looked like an ordinary night shift. Sheriff Johnson arrived a few minutes later with 2 patrol cars and 3 officers. He found Marcus sitting behind the counter, with the robber waiting handcuffed on the floor. "Marcus, are you okay?" Sheriff Johnson treated Marcus, who was a town resident, warmly. "Yes, Sheriff, no problem." The guy demanded money with a gun. We argued a bit. He dropped the weapon. The sheriff looked at the gun, then at the man on the ground, then back at Marcus. "You argued a bit?" "Yes, he wasn't very cooperative, but we eventually came to an understanding." The next morning, the incident spread quickly through Pine Ridge. The coffee shop, barber shop, grocery store. Everyone was talking about how the quiet gas station attendant had argued and come to an understanding with the armed robber. "Marcus, what really happened there?" Barber Sam asked curiously, while cutting Marcus's hair. "Nothing much, Sam. The guy asked for money. I gave it to him. The police came." "But how did he drop the gun?" Marcus shrugged. "Maybe he got excited. It slipped from his hand." Nobody believed it, but they couldn't get any other explanation from Marcus. He maintained his calm, measured demeanor, just like in the Los Angeles SWAT team 15 years ago. During the evening shift, Marcus was sitting in the same place again. Around 11 p.m., a young couple came to buy gas. "Are you the brave gas station attendant from last night?" the girl asked excitedly. "Brave? No, I just did my job." "But the whole town is talking. Did you take the gun with your bare hands?" Marcus smiled. "Sometimes luck is on your side. That's all." After the couple left, Marcus fell into thought. He had moved to Pine Ridge 5 years ago, leaving his life in Los Angeles behind. After working in the SWAT team for 15 years, he wanted a quiet life. The stress, adrenaline, constantly being on edge, he wanted to get away from all of it. But last night, seeing how his body reacted with those old reflexes surprised him. Muscle memory had never disappeared. Mental preparation, threat assessment, intervention techniques, they were all still there. The phone rang. Pine Ridge gas station. Marcus, it's Sarah. Sarah was his former partner in Los Angeles. She was still working in the SWAT team, and they kept in touch occasionally. Sarah, how are you? I'm fine, but I'm worried about you. I saw a news story online, armed robbery in Pine Ridge. Your name was mentioned. Marcus took a deep breath. Yes, it was a small incident. A small incident? Marcus, how was that man neutralized? Sarah, I'm a retired gas station attendant now. Things happen. Police handle them. Marcus Thompson, I've known you for 15 years. That tone of voice never changed. What did you do? Marcus started laughing. Sarah knew him too well. Okay. Some old habits kicked in, but I'm not telling anyone, you understand. I'm Marcus here, living a quiet life. Why, there's nothing to be ashamed of. You're a hero. I'm not a hero, Sarah. I was just someone who was in the right place at the right time. And if everyone learns my old identity, this quiet life ends. Sarah was silent. She knew why Marcus had moved to Pine Ridge. After the last incident he experienced in Los Angeles, he needed psychological rest. I understand, but Marcus, you're always like this. Modest, staying in the background. Maybe it would be good for people to know who you are. Maybe in the future. For now, this is fine. After hanging up, Marcus went outside. Pine Ridge's quiet night, the sky full of stars. How different it was from the chaos of Los Angeles. But at the same time, he couldn't help thinking, what if other dangerous situations arise? What if the townspeople need protection? His old skills still worked. Maybe staying completely hidden wasn't right. When he went back inside, he had made his decision. He wouldn't completely reveal his identity, but if there was a real need, he would be ready to protect the town. After all, some skills never disappear. When his shift ended at 6 a.m. and Marcus was walking home, he ran into Barber Sam. Marcus, I want to thank you again. Without you, who knows what could have happened? You're welcome, Sam. We all look out for each other here. You're absolutely right. We feel safe in this town because we have people like you. Marcus smiled and continued toward home. Maybe in Pine Ridge he could find a way to balance quiet living with his old skills. After all, real power sometimes hides in the most unexpected places.